We're still staying with the NPP, and joining us via Zoom is our Northern Sector Bureau Chief, William Evans Inkum. Now, Evans, what has been the reaction in Kumasi after the NPP's elections, especially of the new General Secretary, Justin Kodua, and the National Organizer, Nana Boakye?
Crescendo of joy, Aisha, just crescendo of joy. And that's evident yesterday at the Accra Sports Stadium when Justin Kodua and, of course, Nana B entered. The crescendo of joy that greeted them was to set that tone for a dawn of a new era, exactly what we saw after polls. Now, prior to this particular election, there were some gut feeling, a feeling of discontentment and a feeling of displeasure undertone, and that was even very serious. You were not expressing them in public because the fear of being sidelined and the fear of being victimized and all of that. So when you get closer to some of the foot soldiers or the party fanatics, they tell you the kind of feeling that they have. And at the point in time, they thought that nobody was at the top, or they didn't have anybody to speak on their behalf. So the energy that they garnered, the motivation that they really gathered right after the 2020 election was to get somebody or some representative at the top so that they will address their grievances. Or even if, I always say that if Pebiase Lodge, where the ministers go for cabinet meeting, failed them, the Jubilee House failed them, even the Council of State failed them, and the Braka Secretariat, which is the headquarters of the ruling party, should not fail them. And the only way that can be realized is they getting somebody up there who will be able to speak on behalf of them. And that is exactly what they did. They now have Justin Kodua, who is now occupying a very influential position as far as the NPP party is concerned. The chief scribe. It's not just a mere position, a position that is likened to a chief executive officer of any organization. And that is how that position is seen in political circles. So the feeling that somebody there, our own, is there steering the affairs is like a panacea to their problem. Of course, Nana B, who is also now the national organizer of the party, they also see it as a major breakthrough for them, a panacea that is going to see to addressing their concerns. So I can tell you that the Ashanti region is very happy. When you see them, it's like they've broken the 8 already. Look, Aisha, the grief, if you really want to understand how aggrieved they are, then we can go back to the 2020 figures in the Ashanti region. Don't forget that the Ashanti region, the NPP lost 1 seat, and that was the new Adubiasi seat. The new Adubiasi seat that they did everything possible to win. A lot of resources were channeled there to win. But because of lack of morale among the party, faithful, especially the grassroots, they couldn't win that seat. In nominal figures, you see that the NPP did well as far as the Ashanti region is concerned, gathering some 1.7 million. But if you want to go into specifics, where you're talking about percentage, then you realize that the party didn't do well, dropping from 73% in 2016 to 71% in 2020. It tells you that indeed there were some people among, party people who are aggrieved. And even prior to my coming to Accra to cover the national election, we spoke to, some people in Bantama constituency. Bantama constituency since 2000, the NPC have never win any polling station as far as Bantama constituency is concerned. But now Bantama constituency seems to be tilting. If you speak to them, the kind of grievances that they have, maybe this development, I'm talking about Justin Kodua rising to the top, Nana B rising to the top, probably will change the narrative. But I can tell you that in the Ashanti region currently, it is a crescendo of joy, Aisha.
But have Nana Boakye and Justin Kodua arrived in Kumasi? Do we know how they were welcomed?
No, they haven't. I'm told that they are likely to arrive maybe on Tuesday because most of the MPs and the ministers, the Ashanti regional MP caucus, they are still there. I understand they are going to hold a series of meetings with the new executives before they come. So we're expecting them latest by Tuesday or Wednesday. But I would be surprised to see some level of heroic work.